Hey guys.
Hey guys.
We just had coffee with one of our good friends here in Kaş. He's a local realtor and broker and investor. He's kind of gave us the rundown of kind of what's going on, the current situation, and what's going on with him. It was really nice to see him again. It's been about a year since we've seen him and kind of hang out and talk with him. It's really interesting to see kind of what's going on in the market. There's absolutely no more land left to buy here. You know, there's a lot of illegal land, which means that you can buy land, more than welcome to buy it, but you can't build on it. Some people have bought land and are building on it illegally, so it's kind of just the roll of the dice you're playing. You know, you might get amnesty. There's like an amnesty bill. Basically, before the next government changes, they've got elections, I think, in about a year and a half. So before that happens, they might go around and say, okay, if you've already got a structure built, then we give you amnesty, meaning that we declare it legal, which would be really cool. But I think that window to do that is closing very quickly. But you have so many people that are willing to take that chance because there's really no land left to buy here in Kaş, in the city center especially, but also out in the surrounding areas, the mountains. It's just really interesting here. There was actually an apartment that we're looking to buy about a year ago before we bought the one in Istanbul, and he's the one that showed it to us because it was his neighbor at the time. Beautiful, amazing panoramic views in town, but kind of up on the hill. It was absolutely amazing. I think at the time we were looking at buying it and it was listed for $200,000. The person who actually ended up buying it bought it for $188,000. Right now, currently, it's valued around $250,000, almost $60,000 in appreciation in about a year.
Less than a year even.
In less than a year, and that's without doing anything to it, no renovations, nothing. It came down to that property or the one we did in Istanbul. Really happy with the one we did in Istanbul. You know, I think the next property we buy in Turkey, we're definitely going to be buying here in the south. Probably more than likely it'll be somewhere here in Kaş. So we'll definitely want to keep our eye on the market. It's incredible the amount of interest that's happening here, especially just in the last few weeks. There's been an incredible amount of Russians and Ukrainians coming into the market looking to buy property. And I mean, coming in with large amounts of cash, buying up 2, 3, 4 properties at a time, and then also putting a lot of pressure on the rents here. You know, Ukrainians come in or Russians come in. Obviously, Russians are fleeing economic sanctions from their government and from the world. Ukrainians are obviously fleeing for their lives. Two very different reasons, but obviously because of the war that's happening. Because of that, you've got Ukrainians and Russians coming in willing to pay large amounts for rent and for properties, which are pushing the rental rates up drastically, causing some issues in terms of affordability for the locals.
Just the cost of living in general.
The cost of living is going up. It's going to be interesting to see kind of how that plays out over the next several months and years. This could be just a quick little pop, but I think you're going to have, as more and more people talk about it, as more and more Ukrainians and Russians come here and buy up the land and the properties and apartments for rent, they're going to see how amazing this place is. They're going to talk about it obviously with their friends back home, and so I think that'll just kind of create a snowball effect, and you'll just see this place explode even more so than what it has in the last 5, 6, 7, 8 years. Anyway, it's going to be really interesting to watch. We'll definitely keep you guys updated. We'll definitely be back here very, very soon, or probably this time next year, and be really interesting to see what's happened over the next year. That's our update. Let's go get some breakfast. Are you hungry?
Yes.
Let's go.
Let's go.